Hello everyone! Since my last RC Talk video seemed to be well received, I thought I'd do another one. This time I thought I'd share some tips on how I save money on RC parts, vehicles, and other related supplies. Most of these tips will be most relevant to people like myself who are more casual hobbyists and enjoy doing a lot of custom builds and don't do much competitive driving, although a lot of these tips should be relevant to all facets of the RC hobby. So here are my 10 tips for saving money on RC vehicles and builds. We'll start with masking tape, kind of random, but for some reason it's what I thought of first. I like using auto body masking tape. I've gotten great results from it, and I find it to be a better value than most hobby masking tapes. Some hobby masking tape is pretty reasonably priced, like Tamiya tape, which works great, but there's other brands that can get very expensive. Personally, I've had great experience with using auto masking tape, but some tapes are definitely better than others. Unfortunately, usually the best auto masking tape is not found in any auto parts stores, and even many online retailers don't carry some of the better tapes, and if they do, it's usually way overpriced. One option is to buy tape in bulk online from a body shop supply in order to get the best value, and then you can either hold on to or sell off all the surplus. It really comes down to how much masking you do over a period of time. Personally, I keep a stock of both auto and hobby masking tape and use whichever one I think is best for the particular application. Tip number 2, using automotive paint. Something else I've done to help save a little bit of money is using automotive paint on hard bodies instead of conventional hobby paint. Doing this has a few advantages. If you're buying a spray can, you get a lot more than a hobby-sized can, and the cost per ounce is usually much less. You can also buy paint to use with an airbrush that is usually lower in price as well. There's also a great variety of different colors, and you can match specific paint codes which can allow you to perfectly match the color of a full-scale vehicle. But be careful about the paint potentially reacting with the plastic. Generally, you need to thoroughly apply primer to the body, making sure there are no hard-to-reach spots left bare of primer. As long as you have a layer of primer in between the paint and the body, you should be good. But of course, it's always a good idea to test on a scrap piece before painting the body. I wouldn't recommend using auto paint on polycarbonate unless you're willing to put appearance way above durability, since any flexing the body does will likely crack the paint. Plus, you will more than likely have to paint the polycarbonate from the outside with a layer of primer underneath, since paint coming directly in contact with it could cause a reaction. Keep in mind that paint used on full-scale vehicles and paint made specifically for models are very different and therefore require different techniques to apply correctly, different number of coats, and different dry times. I'll include a link in the description below to Fine Scale Modeler Magazine's website, which has a nice article on the basics of how to spray a plastic model body with automotive paint. Tip number 3, buy used. One of the easiest ways to save some money on a vehicle or parts is to buy used. Forums, Facebook groups, eBay, and swap meets are good places to look, but from my experience, it can sometimes take a while before I come across a good deal. Make sure you are knowledgeable of the specific vehicle you want to get, so you'll be able to more accurately judge its condition and value. Also, I hope this goes without saying, but be careful. Always meet with someone you don't know in a public place and inspect the vehicle thoroughly before purchasing. And remember, if an offer seems too good to be true, it probably is. Number 4, trading. Trading parts, vehicles, and accessories is a great way to save some money. If you have the ability to make custom parts or accessories that are unique, those make great items to trade or sell. Number 5, shopping around. Just like when purchasing anything else, it's definitely a good idea to compare prices from different distributors to find out who has the best price. Of course, just make sure that the seller is reputable and don't forget shipping costs if applicable. Number 6, maintain your vehicle. I feel like this is overlooked by a lot of people, but performing regular maintenance and keeping your vehicle clean and well lubricated will make your vehicle and all its components last much longer. If you never clean your vehicle and just let the dirt and muck build up around all the electronics, it won't be long before things start to overheat and eventually fail, requiring replacement. Same goes for differentials and any other moving parts. Also, batteries can be quite expensive, so take care of them. Number 7, don't buy junk. Just because something is super cheap doesn't mean it's a good value. Many times it's better to spend a little more on something with a good reputation and from a well-respected company than rolling the dice on a cheaper item. I've had good and bad experiences with ultra-cheap RC parts and electronics. Do some research and see what others who have purchased the item have to say about it, and also share your experiences to help others make a decision. Number 8 is a bit of a continuation of number 7, and that is research. Whether it be a ready-to-run vehicle or just a servo, do some research and read some reviews. You can learn a lot in just a matter of minutes, which will help you make a more informed purchase. Also, don't impulse buy. Make sure the type of vehicle you want to purchase is the type of vehicle you want. You don't want to spend $300 on a monster truck only to find out you're bored of driving it after 20 minutes. There's a lot of subgenres to the RC hobby. Make sure you know which one you want to get into. Number 9 is probably less applicable than the previously mentioned tips, but for some, including myself, it sometimes saves me money, and that is buy in bulk. If it's something you know you're going to need a lot of, and you're able to buy it in bulk for a discount, you can save some money, but make sure you will actually use everything and you're not buying a bunch of stuff you don't need. One thing I have done though is sell any surplus I have, either at break even or for slight profit, to help get rid of anything I won't use. And for number 10, be creative. Every time I log onto my social media accounts, I'm blown away by all the incredibly creative vehicles and accessories that people have made. Often I see guys taking simple scrap parts, random pieces of vehicles, a couple sheets of styrene, a little paint, and everyday junk we all have lying around, and transform it into something awesome looking and one of a kind. If you haven't already, get on some forums and Facebook groups and look at some of the things that others are doing and let that inspire you. So those are 10 things that I do to help save some money on my RC projects. I hope you found these tips helpful, and let me know what tips you have for saving money in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for new videos every week. Also, be sure to follow me at the social media links down below for more content and more frequent project updates. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.